Hey everyone, my name is Alan Snowy Perry from IENA's American Summer Program. We've got another camp in the spotlight, and I'm so excited to be joined by Drew from Laurel South. I've actually known Drew for many, many years and
Yeah.
hosted him on a number of events. I've had plenty of international staff come and work, counselors and support staff work at camp, and they've just had the most amazing time. Welcome, Drew. I'm so excited that we could get a chance to chat.
Thank you, Snowy. It's been a long time since we've seen each other in person, and I can't wait to see you again. So
Yeah.
thank you for having me. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
look, my pleasure, my pleasure. Well, look, tell us all about Laurel South.
All right. So Camp Laurel South, we're a co-ed residential camp in Casco, Maine. Beautiful Maine. The Maine lakes are unlike anything else in the world. If you've never been to Maine, it's a place that you may not have heard of before, but I can promise you it is beautiful. We're a half-season camp, meaning that our campers come for 3.5 weeks, and we have two sessions. So we have a first session and a second session. The beauty of Laurel South is all of our first session kids are first session kids. Second session kids are second session kids. And what that gives us the opportunity is we have a beginning of camp, opening day of first session. We have our full experience. That means our spirit days, our Moose Bowl, which is our Super Bowl of camp, our Katahdin Cup, which is our World Cup soccer or footy for some of you. And we have our theater performances. At the end of camp, we have our closing ceremony. Camp comes to an end for those first session kids, and then they go home. We have a break. We get ready for second session, and second session kids arrive. What that means for you as a staff member, if this is your first summer, by the time second session comes around, you're experienced, you're a returner, you know what to expect. And you get to welcome these second session kids. And we do the same thing. We have our spirit days, our Moose Bowl, Katahdin Cup, and even our fireworks. In America, our 4th of July, there's a big fireworks show on 4th of July, but you know what, second session, they still get a fireworks, and it's a surprise if the fireworks come. We have about 415 kids from all over the United States, but also international as well. And they come and they enjoy camp, and they have they have selection over their activities, and there's a lot of freedom of choice throughout their experience.
Marvelous. What age are the kids? What's the youngest and the oldest at camp?
7 to 15. 7 to 15, yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, tell us about the activities that you do, because I know that anyone jumping on and checking out the promo videos that we've got linked here, and you know, that'll be on the spotlight, can see that you've got a stack. You know, what's some of the highlights?
Absolutely. Like I said, we're a traditional camp. Don't specialize in one thing over another, but I can promise you that each area feels that they're the best. So our waterfront consists of swimming lanes, as well as an adventure park with slides and swings and trampolines and blobs. If you move down the waterfront, you're canoeing and kayaking and stand-up paddle boards. You continue on our waterfront, our amazing sailing program with everything from sunfish to catamarans, Hobie cats. And then you end at our water ski and wakeboard program. We offer wakeboarding, kneeboarding, wake skating, slalom skiing, and water skiing, as well as fun bumper tubing on our S days. Land sports consist of 2 soccer fields, a baseball field, a softball field, 10 tennis courts, 2 basketball courts, and pickleball, ultimate frisbee, field hockey, flag football, and that rounds out our team sports. We have our inner arts, everything from painting and drawing, jewelry making, ceramics. I mentioned our theater program. We put on 2 performances every year. We treat it like it's Broadway. We have culinary arts or cooking. We have a gymnastics program. And then we have our more of our STEM based. We have a discovery zone, anything goes. We have RC cars, our fishing program and our fly fishing program are very, very important to us. We have our own fishing pond on the lake, If you're interested in fly fishing, the kids learn how to make their own flies. We take them out off of camp for fishing trips. And then we have our fitness area. We have a group fitness building with rowers and bikes and boxes, as well as a weight room. We have a dance studio that offers yoga classes as well. That's kind of the run. And we also are equestrian. We have horseback riding as well.
Yeah. And then ropes and high and low ropes as well.
High and low ropes, a zip line, climbing wall, bouldering center. Absolutely.
Yeah. So lots to do. Now, as a counselor, like when you're looking at hiring them, are they counselors in a bunk? Are they not in a bunk with the kids? Do they get that overnight camp experience? I know many people really look for that. And then sort of what do they do during the day? What is it like? Do you do an all-round, like a general counselor all-round position, or they activity? They stay in that one activity area. Tell us a little bit about what you look for your staffing.
Great question. So our instructors are also camp counselors. We do have a few general counselor roles, but out of 150 camp counselors, we're talking about 5 or 6 general counselors. So what we're looking for is someone who has a passion to teach an activity, but more importantly, likes to work with kids. And we do hire based primarily on how will you live with the kids and how will your experience of taking care of the kids in their cabin be. But it's very important that you have an activity that you love to share, so you get both worlds. We really like to consider the activity you teach is your day job, your camp counselor role is home life. Some activities you would be in all day, every day, because they're very popular. So things like sailing, swimming, tennis, those activities that would be first period would start at 10 a.m. through our end of programming at 5:20. You'd have 3 activity periods in the morning, and then you'd have a lunch and a rest hour. And then after rest hour, you have your 3 activities in the afternoon. Some activities such as sports, field sports, we don't offer every single period. So if you're a baseball counselor or a soccer counselor, you would have those periods when there's soccer offered, but maybe in period 3, there's not a soccer class going on. So then you can go and help out in another activity. Maybe you're not an expert at, but you would be an assistant there. So sometimes you maybe go down to swimming to just help manage kids, even though you're not a lifeguard. Or you could go to basketball. Maybe you've never played basketball in your life, but you get to be there and have fun and enjoy and be a part of the camp community.
Yeah. And I guess that's what I love about camp is that you also, even if you are down the waterfront all day, like you still have time to go and experience the other activities. I know that's a big question we always get is going, yeah, but will I have time to try the high ropes course? Or will I have time to, kick a soccer ball round? And you get all those opportunities, not only with your cabin, but I'm assuming, you might get a break and you give the opportunity for staff to try things out as well, right?
Yeah, rest hour is a big time for staff to get a volleyball game together, set up a hammock on the waterfront. We have lots of camps near us, so sometimes we have actually staff games between the other camps that are neighboring us, and that's always fun that when their rest hours line up. Rest hour is also a time you can use the Wi-Fi and connect with home. Camp is a great place to disconnect from your phone and leave that in your locker. It's the greatest gift next to your paycheck that you'll get is a break from your phone, but we also know to stay connected with family and friends is important. So there'll be times that, you can go use it at the water, our staff lounge and things like that. But I encourage you to come and for 2 months detox and enjoy people face to face. And that's
exactly.
The best gift we can get you.
Yeah. 100%. Well, look, that leads me to the next question. What about time off? Sort of what time off, do folks get at camp?
Look, we've been talking mostly about camp counselor, so I'll describe camp counselor time off, and then we can talk about support staff time off, because I would say that's probably the biggest difference between the two positions. Camp counselors, I'll be honest, there's not a lot of time off. Your rest hour, most days, every 5th day or so, you would be on during rest hour, so that would be from lunch until the start of 4th period, which is about 1:30 to 2:30. you have off. You can use your phone, you can grab a cup of coffee, you can go for a swim, take a canoe and kayak out. If you go with a sailing, someone who knows how to sail, you can go sail, kick a soccer ball around, enjoy your hour. Then you're back with the kids. At night, after dinner, then evening program, which we haven't talked about yet. You're there, you're putting the kids to bed, you say goodnight, make sure everyone's cleaned up, showered, and in bed. And then you have off from around 10 o'clock in the evening to 1 o'clock in the evening. And you come back to your cabin and you do it all over again. I mentioned an on-duty time where, you know, in order to have time off, someone's got to be responsible for the kids. So you rotate with your co-counselors. And the beauty of it is that you get to go to bed early on your night off, on your night on duty.
Yep.
And it's a gift you don't realize you need until you're at camp. So that's time off during the day. We have a staff lounge with Wi-Fi, ping pong tables, Netflix, a snack bar that you can enjoy during the evening times. We have a staff lounge up in our parking lot with some campfires that is, you know, off the property as well. And then your days off. Days off are really where, you know, although we're there for the kids, but we do know that the staff bond and the staff experience and experiencing Maine is important. So there's 6 days off throughout the summer for camp counselors. It's 30 hours off. You're off from dinner the night before your day off. So if your day off is on a Wednesday, Tuesday night, you have the opportunity to go to dinner, but you can also skip dinner and get out and going. We have many campsites in our area that can host all 250 staff, if you'd be surprised, in the area. Or there's, I'm not going to give all of our secrets out, but we have a ski lodge that the staff rent out in nearby New Hampshire that all the staff can go to. Or you can do something smaller as a group. But let's say you don't have a car. Most of our American staff, we encourage them to drive. We usually have enough seats in American cars to get you off, but we also provide transportation. Let's say that the activity is not what you're interested in doing. Camp provides transportation for our staff that don't have cars. So there's an opportunity, and each day we do a tour of Maine. So you could go see coastal cities like Camden and Rockland, or go to Portland, or go to different hikes and lighthouses in our area as part of your time off.
Oh, awesome. Well, so that's the camp counselors. The support staff is very different. So before we jump into about support staff time off, tell us a little bit about the roles of support staff. What jobs are you hiring for in support staff roles? And I just want to segue that just to point out that to be a support staff member, so one of these roles that Drew will tell us about, you do need to be a full-time university student studying in the Northern Hemisphere. So, you know, if you're from Australia or New Zealand or South Africa or South America, you know, unfortunately you can't do the support staff roles. You're going to be camp counselors, but, you know, Mexico and then kind of like, you know, Asia, Europe, UK, you certainly are eligible for that one if you'd rather do one of these roles. So tell us about those, Drew.
The support staff role is truly a magical cultural experience at camp, and you just like the camp counselor role, you get to experience life in the camp bubble and on our property and being a part of our community. We feel that it's an unforgettable experience, an invaluable experience. The roles of the support staff, you wouldn't be living with kids, you'd be living with other staff from all over the world. We have roles in our kitchen. We don't hire for one specific role. The beauty of it is you get to do everything. So some days you would be prepping food, you would be helping bake. We have dish pit, serving, and general kitchen work. It's our largest group. We have about 20 to 22 of our support staff in that role. Housekeeping staff would be the upkeep of the public areas as well as the cabin bathrooms. You're not cleaning people's cabins, just helping out in the bathrooms, shower houses, and things like that. And our maintenance, if you're interested in being outside and working lawn equipment and helping fix things and making trash runs, outside work, mowing lawns, raking leaves, and helping keep camp beautiful. These are, you do have one more day, or you have 1 day off a week. So the camp counselors are 6 days off. The support staff are generally at that 8 days off for the summer. You are working shifts right around the 9 to 10 hours per day, and then 1 day off a week, and we provide transportation off as well. In the evenings, you're going back to your cabin. You're not responsible for kids. So the support staff have a little village they can hang out with, and they have more access to the Wi-Fi and more access to downtime. You still have access to our staff lounge and our Netflix and our ping pong tables. And in the evenings, once a week, twice a week, we have buses into town. So if you're not able to get a ride, we have a bus that takes you into Walmart, our famous Walmart in town, and other shops in our area. Very popular.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then obviously the support staff, they also get that opportunity to try the other activities around camp and involve themselves if they so wish to.
Absolutely. We have during our spirit days, you're a part of the blue team and the green team. And when there's the staff tug of war game, you're down there and you're winning points for the team, and you're part of cheering and going to the theater shows and playing soccer and going swimming. The beach volleyball games are always happening with our support staff. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
The hooting and hollering is always what makes me smile. I truly believe that the support staff experience, although different than the camp counselor experience, is still very rewarding and a big part of our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, we want to wrap this up, but look, if you are really excited, please check out the videos that we'll have linked here in the spotlight, and definitely go to Laurel South's website and check it out. I know you've got lots of great there, including like a little camp virtual tour and all the other bits and pieces, which is amazing. But here, Drew, here's your opportunity. Why should folks come and work for you, whether it be camp counselors or support staff? Give us your sales pitch.
Absolutely. Camp Laurel South is, in my opinion, no one will work harder at taking care of children. And if you want to be a part of that experience is taking care of our staff. And we believe that staff that feel connected, not only to each other, but to the camp as an organization, to the directors, to your direct supervisor at camp, that sense of community and that sense of culture of kindness, taking care of others, is contagious. You will feel it. You will feel it differently than the rest of the outside world. And we believe that you will be able to take home great memories, great friendships, but also great skills that will propel you into whatever career you're going to in the outside world, whether it's 1 summer or 14 summers at Laurel South. We believe that you will take that sense of pride and commitment to high quality with you forever. And as you sit back in your rocking chair, you'll remember your summer at Laurel South.
Amazing. That, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Look, if you are really keen for Laurel South, really simple. Just finish your application form. Let your local office know that you want your application linked with Laurel South. That means your application will get zipped straight through to Drew and his team. They'll have a look at your application form. And if it's a great match, then or a good match and they want to interview, they're going to, connect with you and get the whole ball rolling. As we say, the quicker you get your application done, the quicker you can get in front of Drew and the quicker you can get placed. So getting placed in a couple of weeks is certainly an easy done deal. So we'll throw it back into your court. Thank you so much, Drew, for jumping on. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. We really appreciate you taking the time. Have an amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world. And we are so excited to help you get to camp next year. Have an amazing time, Drew. And I look forward to catching up with you shortly.
Thank you, Snowy. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.